Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to test Facebook ad creative. Now, testing ad creative, if you've seen any sort of Facebook advertising related content, you'll have seen the testing ad creative is an important component of getting great results with Facebook ads, and that's 100% the case. You definitely want to be testing ad creative. It's what we probably spend most of our time doing as a Facebook advertising agency, is creating new ad creative to test. But what does that exactly mean? How do you go about it? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. So, the first thing I'll say is that when you create a new Facebook ad campaign, we usually like to have, let's say, 3 to 5 different ads live at any one time in an ad set. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but let's say that's their average. And what we start by doing is we want to test one variable at a time and work our way through the various elements of a Facebook ad in descending order of importance. So the first thing we'll look to test is the ad format. So let's say we first create a new campaign, we might want to test an image ad against a carousel ad, against a video ad, if we have those assets. And what we're looking to do is find out which format delivers the best results for that industry, for that offer, etc. So what we'll do is we launch a new campaign. Let's say we've got 4 different ads. We've got 2 images, we've got a video, we've got a carousel, and we're testing ad format primarily. After, let's say, 5 to 7 days, which is longer than most people recommend. Most people would look to make adjustments usually after about 6 hours, which is far too early, but let's say 5 to 7 days we would look to leave that. We're going to come back in and we're going to see, okay, the video did really well, let's pause all the others and focus on video ads. The single image ad did really well, let's pause the others and focus on those. Okay, that's the first variable, first element of a Facebook ad campaign we're going to test. Then what we're going to do is we're going to work our way through the other elements of a Facebook ad in descending order. So let's say we've stuck with single image ads. That's what delivered the best results in our first round of testing. Fantastic. So then what we then do is test the most important part of the ad, which is the image. So then we pause the other formats and we would create or source or whatever, let's say another 3 images to test against our image ad, and we'd run those 4 ads, they'd be exactly the same. The headlines would be the same, the copy would be the same, the call to action button is the same, but the images are different. We'd give it another, let's say, 5 days, come back in, this one performed really well, or these 2 performed really well, these ones didn't, pause the underperformers, and then you work your way through. After you've done images, you could do the same thing with headlines, then you could go to the primary text, which is the copy displayed above the image, then you can focus on call to action buttons if you want to. Now, sometimes you won't have conclusive data, so you might have to leave it longer. So you might run, let's say, 4 different image ads and the results are similar for a bunch of them. Okay, in which case give it a bit more time. Sometimes you just end up with ads that have similar performance, in which case you can leave both running. You don't have to get down to the one option. But by continuing that process over weeks and months, you can massively improve the performance that you see with your Facebook ad campaigns. So we often have, we start with 3 or 4 different ads. Let's say 3 months later, we've got another 3 ads that are completely different to what we started with, but they can be delivering, let's say, a cost per lead that is a third of what we started with, or a cost per purchase that's 50% of our original cost per purchase. So it makes a massive, massive difference. So it's really important, 2 things to take out of that, is that you test one variable at a time. You don't want to be testing different images alongside different headlines, alongside different copy, alongside different formats. It's too much for Facebook to try and work out which elements are producing the best results. You've got too many ads live and Facebook won't be able to optimize very well. That's the first thing, just test one variable at a time. The second thing is to make sure you leave your test running long enough to actually get statistically significant data. As I said, if you assess the results after 6 hours, you could make false conclusions. You could end up pausing ads that are underperforming right now, but actually if you just give them a few days, they'll work well, and vice versa. Okay, so it's really important that you don't you don't assess results too early and make adjustments based on that data, because those adjustments are likely to be incorrect. So that's the second thing. The third thing I'll mention is around split testing. So Facebook have a split testing tool, which a lot of people fall in love with. They think it's fantastic, and in my opinion, they overuse it. If you set up a proper split test where you say to Facebook, look, I've got these 4 ads, and over the next 5 days, I want you to spend exactly 25% of my ad budget on each one of the 4 ads, like a true split test. Well, you're going to get data from that, and you're going to be able to use that to optimize your campaign. But if you don't use Facebook split testing tool and you just put the ads into a regular ad set instead, Facebook will go through that same process, but they won't allocate the budget evenly across the 4 ads. They will start to determine, oh, you know what, this ad is performing best after perhaps a day or two, and they will start favoring that ad. So they'll put more budget behind that ad and less budget behind the other ads. And I want Facebook to do that. I want them to go through that process because that's going to improve the performance of my Facebook ad campaign. So personally, you know, this is not a big deal, but personally, I don't like to use the split testing tool that much. I like to put ads in a regular ad set and allow Facebook to optimize accordingly. That's what I'd recommend you do, but that really is a personal choice. So hopefully that's useful. That's how I go about testing ad creative, the process that we go through as a Facebook ad agency. Before you go, something I want to quickly mention, which is my Facebook Ads Mastermind group. It's a free Facebook group. There's over 10,000 members. It's a fantastic community where people post questions, they post ads for review. There's other Facebook ad agency owners like myself, other experts in that group that are willing to provide you with feedback and help you get better results from Facebook advertising. A great community, and there'll be a link to that group in the video description. Click on that, go ahead and ask to join. I'll approve the request, and we would love to have you in there. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, please give it a like. Please also comment to let me know below. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Obviously, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Facebook advertising related content. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.